Hello everybody, Pastor Randy. Today is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, this March day. It's spring and spring has sprung. We're getting ready to go into summer. I'm so excited. Our garden is looking good. I was in there planting some stuff today and pulling some weeds and doing a little bit here and there. I'm still sore from rototilling, so I'm taking it a little easier than normal, but that's okay. I do a little bit, and then I take a break, and then I do a little bit, and then I take a break. So I'm still getting something done. But I'm trying to rest some in the Lord. I kept hearing that message today, but we're not going to go into that message. Today, though, we are going to focus on trusting in the Lord. Because this is something that's like not always easy to do, and something I actually preached on Mother's Day a little bit. And then when we were in the 3-quarter house yesterday, they were like asking us, like, how do you do this? Like, how do you accomplish this? So I'm going to go into it a little further than what I went into it with them. But let's first this is from one of T.L. Osborne's books. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to read it to you because I don't want to mess it up. So let's read together. He says, "The silver is mine, and the gold is mine," Hagar 2:8. "All the earth is mine," Exodus 19:5. "The land is mine," Leviticus 25:23. "Every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle on the hills," Psalms 50:10. "How excellent is your loving kindness, O God! Therefore people put their trust under your wings. They shall be abundantly satisfied. For with you is the fountain," or in parentheses, source of life. Psalms 36:7-9. Are you all life? Are you life? Are you life? So, let's read a little bit more. "The Father has loved us so much that we are called children of God. And we really are his children. The reason the people in the world do not know us is that they have not known him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and we have not yet been shown what we will be in the future, but we know that when Christ comes again, we will be like him, because we will see him as he really is. Christ is pure, and all who have this hope in Christ keep themselves pure like Christ." 1 John 3:1-3. So here what it's basically telling us is like and I did these two verses because one is focusing on basically material stuff, and the other is focusing on people. God made everything. Everything's his. People, places, things. He made the heavens. He made the earth. He made the grass. He made the skies. He made our gardens. Our money comes from him. The gold, the silver, is, the money. He provides for us, right? So all of our provision comes from the Lord. Our children come from him. He made Adam and Eve. He made all people, right? We just discovered everybody's his. So people are his. Our husbands, our wives, our children, our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, like, they're all his. We're not ourselves. Like, they're not ours. Like, our children technically are not ours. They are. God gave us all this stuff to steward, and we need to be a good steward of it. Our homes aren't ours. Like, they're his. Even if you rent, it is his house. Like, and we need to be taking care of it and looking at things like everything is his. It's not ours. It's his. So keep that in mind. Like, it's all his. So we need to trust him because everything's his anyways, correct? Like, it's not ours. It's his. So that in itself is a reason to trust him, because if it's his, why would he let something bad happen to it? So when we send our kids to school, we might not be able to trust our kids. We might not be able to trust the teachers or the principal or security guards or anything else, but we can trust in the Lord, right? It's the same with our spouses. Like, we may feel like we can't trust them, or we can't, or we get worried because they're late coming home, or we don't know why, but we just don't trust them, right? But we feel like we don't trust them, or they're late, or we hear a bunch of sirens, or we read something on Facebook that something really bad happened, and then we're like, oh, worried, like, and antsy. Is something wrong with my kids? Is something wrong with my husband? Something wrong with my wife? And so we can't trust society. We can't trust neighbors. We can't trust strangers. We may sometimes not trust our spouses, but we can trust the Lord, and we can say, okay, God, like, right now, I'm scared. I don't know where they're at. I don't trust the people around. I don't trust them, but I can trust you. I can trust that you're not going to let anything happen to my marriage, because I'm in prayer and I'm in my word, right? And we can trust him and say, okay, God, I might not trust these people, or like the strangers and those around, but I can trust you with my spouse or my children. So this is why I went into these verses, because everything's his. We are just stewarding his possessions, his money, his children. And when we look at things this way too, we start looking at the way we treat our kids or our spouses, because that's God's child. So when you treat others a certain way, think of it this way, like, that's God's child. How are you treating them? How are you looking at them? Now let's read. Let's read. Let's go a little further. Okay. We are going to focus on. This is Psalms, and I don't know which one I did. It's Psalms 30. It's Psalms 37. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pastures. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord. It's Psalm 37, I believe. In the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. So we are to trust in him. In the book of Ruth, and this is where God says to and I didn't say this stuff during the message on Sunday, so this is all new. So if you saw Monday's or Sunday's message, like, I am adding to it a little bit. So in the book of Ruth, it says, be still, and this is 3:18. And when he says this, when God says, like, be still, or when this is said, it's when Ruth was waiting for Boaz to see if he would get permission for, or actually Naomi said this to Ruth. I'm sorry. She said, be still, because Ruth came back with 2 weeks worth of food supply when she went and asked Boaz for marriage. And they were instructed to be still. Like, Boaz is like, just be still, just wait, like, be patient. As they waited for Boaz to see if he was going to marry her, because there was somebody else that was next in line, and he had to go ask their permission, because he couldn't go into this marriage and sin. So he had to go there and say, hey, like, is it okay do you want to marry her, or do you care if I marry her? And so during this place, she had to be still, but he gave her 2 weeks worth of food, knowing like I promise, like, I'm gonna come back for you, or I'm gonna resolve this issue. Like, the other guy's either gonna marry you, or I'm gonna come back and do it. Like, he was showing, like, this is my promise. And but during the process, Ruth and Naomi had to be still. Like, they had to wait and see. And then in Exodus 14:13, it says, stand still, is what God says. Okay, the feedback here is during the standstill process. This was what God told Moses, okay? And the people of Israel when the Egyptian army was coming after them. So there's like this army coming after them, and God's like, just be still. Okay, yeah, like there's a whole army behind, like, coming after me, and you want me just to be still? Like, just stand here, be still, and wait? But they did. They were still and they waited, and there was like, and this still blows my mind, and an entire army, and they're just like waiting and still and patient. And after they waited and showed their trust in God, he was like, go forward. That's what God told them. But they waited on God first, and they followed his instructions. They were obedient to the Lord. And they were safe the entire time. They just sat there and waited on him, and they were safe. Okay, now let's go to Psalm 46:10. It says, be still. Psalm 46:10. This be still in Hebrews means take your hands off and relax. Like, don't just like be still, don't do anything, but relax. You kidding me? Like, do you know what's going on in my life? And God's telling me, just relax, be still. But he did. Now, sometimes this is hard because, like, even if, like, we trust or we're waiting and we're being still, but are we doing it and relaxing as we do it? Come on now. Are we? So, be still, relax, take your hands off, let God do his thing. It's not that easy, I know. So to fully sit back and say, go ahead, God, do your thing. I trust you. I ain't gonna do anything. Like, just go. How many of you think you can do this? Like, this is I will say, for me, it was a learning process. Some people it might come naturally, it might be easier, but for me, like, I had to learn to just, like, be still and say, go ahead, it's okay. But that full verse says, be still and know that I am God. I will exalt among the nations. I will exalt in the earth. So, like, he's like, just be still. It's okay. Take your hands off. Trust in me. Like, I got this. Go ahead. So my question is, like, can you be still? Can you trust God? Can you take your hands off? Can you stand there quietly? Can you wait? Can you stand still? Can you stand still? Be still. Stand still. And wait in the Lord. Be still. Stand still. And be still. Like, come on now. Like, are you able to just fully, like, say, okay, like, God, I'm just gonna trust you. No matter what my circumstances, I'm just gonna trust you. You're gonna do it. Well, guess what? We need to, because 2 Chronicles 20, which I go back to a lot, he says, like, the victory's mine, the battle's mine. Like, the victory's mine. He fights the battles, right? So we know that. So we know we can trust him. We also know, like, everything's his now. Like, and we gotta trust him. No matter what. We just gotta trust the Lord. The money's his. Our houses are his. Our cars are his. Like, our children are his. Our spouses are his. Like, and we just have to trust him with everything. With all things, we have to trust him with all of our heart. And And where our heart is, it is where we need to trust him. Like, we love our kids, we love our husbands, we love our houses, we love our gardens, we love, like, all, our pets and our dogs, and we just need to trust him with all of our heart and lean not on our own understanding, but on his. And we need to trust him and be still and just stand there and just let him do his things. And it's not easy, but I'm saying, I'm trying to tell you, like, just trust in the Lord with all your heart, all your understanding, and all your ways to submit him, and he will make our path straight. Like, whatever the circumstances, he's gonna get us there. No matter what's going on, he's gonna protect us. He is our El Shaddai. He is our Jehovah Rapha. He is our Shalom. Like, he is going to do it. The battle is his. The victory is won. Like, we just have to trust him. So, my advice today, and tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, is to trust him, no matter what your circumstance is. Like, if you're waiting and something is late in the mail, trust him. It's gonna be today. Trust in the Lord that it's coming today. If your mail already came, it's okay. It's gonna come tomorrow. Trust him. If you feel like your health just like there's something wrong with your health, trust him that you're healed. By his stripes we are healed, right? Like, trust him. Trust in God's word. Trust in God. Trust in what he says. Trust in him with all of our hearts, that he is doing a mighty work in us. He's doing a mighty work in our children. He's doing a mighty work in our spouses. Their salvation is going to come true. He's changing them. He's working in them. He's working in us. He's working on us. Trust him with everything. Trust him with yourself, with your health, with your attitude, with your hunger and your desire. Trust him in all things. And with everything. Like, that is the word of the day. Trust him. So I'm gonna let you go. The word of the day today is to trust him, and everything's gonna be okay. I promise you. You're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Trust in him that he's not done, and he's gonna continue to finish that good work. I love you all. Trust in him. And just continue to walk in him in all your paths and in all your ways. And have a blessed day, because I know he blesses me every day. If he blesses me, he's going to bless you. Just trust him today. And I'll see you tomorrow.